We're here with another installment of inspiration from vintage greeting cards. And I think you're going to like this one. Another super, super fast, super easy little project. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Angela. I am so glad that you're here, and I hope that you enjoy today's video. If you are returning, thanks as always for continuing to support the channel. It means a whole lot to me. So what are you going to need today? It's pretty easy. You need a cutting device, some scissors. I've got my trimmer. I've got some scrapbook adhesive. You could use glue, and some finger power. That's all we're going to need. Here is the inspiration for today's project. And I'm going to put right here, these are the dimensions we're going to look at. We're using 12 by 12 paper. But this was stapled in the middle, but it is essentially supposed to look like a book. So this is kind of cut out so it looks like there are pages inside. And we'll just be using two 12 by 12 pieces of paper. We're going to make this so that, again, like we did on the last one, similarly, that we can lift this up and we have tons of journaling space inside. And then we'll be able to turn it again, and then we'll be able to lift this one up and tons of journaling space. And I'll show you how to do that with one quick, easy step. Here's the ones that I've put together so far. This is some Anna Griffin paper, as is this. And if we have time, maybe we'll decorate something. I don't know. But I made these in quick order. So they were not hard at all. But it's another little quick project to add to your repertoire. And you could do these as their own little journal, mini journals. You could add them into your larger journals, whatever you wish. So what we need to do, this up here was the size of the original card. So just disregard that. With our 12 by 12 paper, we're going to cut two pieces. One that's 9 3/4 by 11 and one that's 10 by 12. And that's all we need to do. So the larger piece will be our outside. So we're going to cut that one 10 by 12. And I just needed to cut that little edge off. Let's see. So 10 inches, we already know it's 12, so we only need to make one cut. We'll put this aside in case we want to use it. So there's our 10 by 12 piece. And then the next one is going to be 11 by 9 3/4. So let's go to the 9 3/4, cut that, and cut this one down to 11. So far, so good, right? Now, because you don't have the original, you may have to do a little bit of cutting a little differently than I am, but I will show you. We'll just take the original apart, and that way, when I do this, you can kind of see how I did it. So you're just going to fold as we did the last time in our last greeting card project, and we're just going to fold it there. I'm going to use my scissors just to give this a little burnishing because it's pretty thick. This is the Anna Griffin cardstock. There is a little, this is just a little bit off, so let's just shore that up. Come on. There we go. All right, this one's folded. We want this to be at the top, okay? We're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to fold this one. This one is actually two-sided, so it's got a solid on the inside, which I really like. All right, and we're going to just fold it again like that. Oop, not quite. There we go. And we'll burnish. I'm just using my scissors. Less amount of items. Okay, so this is basically what it ends up being like. Now, where is that one? This one right here. I want to make sure, because I tried this a little bit differently. Yes, it does work just fine. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this just like this one. Because in the original, if you can see here, they've cut this down so it looks more like a book on the outside. But since ours isn't really a book, it doesn't really matter, which made you would make this little diamond inside. We're not going to do that on this one because it's not really necessary. So we're going to start by using our smallest piece. And now, remember, the dimensions on this were a little bit larger, so I just kind of what did I just kind of do? I just kind of eyeballed it. So what I'm going to do with this, just so you can see, is I'm going to just put this edge where it's rounded, and it's just got this tiny little divot right here. So if you don't have, obviously, this template, all you're going to do is take maybe 1/8 of an inch, a skosh, and you're just going to cut around that and kind of angle it down right there. That's all there is to it. That's going to give us the more book style. Now, do you have to do this? No. You could just fold it just how I did, and we'll put it together, and that will be that. But if you want it to be closest to this, then we can do it that way. All right, I'm going to round these corners. Now, when I did the sample, I just rounded them with my scissors because I didn't have my trimmer up there. Okay, so now can you see it's just a tiny bit shorter. All right. So that gives us kind of the book look. Now, on these two, they have trimmed these down by just taking out a corner. And if you want it to look like that, then all you're going to do is just take a circle punch, kind of like this little baby one. This is 1/2 inch, I believe. Yep, 1/2 inch. And then you get that look, just like that. Okay, that one's done. So you're going to set that aside. Now we're going to do the same with this one. Again, just eyeballing it. My lights up here are not, one of them has gone out, and I don't know if I left them on when I was traveling, and I don't know, but that's not good. Okay, same here. This one, it's about 1/4 inch, and we're going to do the very same thing. So I'm just going to hold it, and I'm eyeballing it, and I'm not curving it. You can. I mean, like I said, I did that on the last one. But now that I have my circle punch, I'll just do it there. And then we're going to, whoop. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to round these corners. All right. And there we have the outside. So now we're going to put them together just like this. Did I do the wrong one? No, I did not. Oh. I needed to do both of these. I was like, why is that looking like that? So sorry about that. I cut it while it was wide open. Like, I cut it like this. I should have folded it in half and then cut it. My bad. There we have it. Now you've got, now it looks like a book. Okay? So, the key here is that we want this to open up while it's together, just like this one. So it opens up. You can open this inside one up for a ton of journaling space, and then you can open this one up like this. So not only does it open this way, it opens up. And to do that, all we're going to do is add a piece of this to here. This is our no-sew method. We've done this several times. You know how much I love this. So I'm just going to cut this here. I mean, I'm telling you guys, this is so easy. Oh, I should have got these. I should have done it so it was sort of even, but well, we'll get it kind of like here. Let me just cut that little piece off, and then I think I can do it. All right, so now we're just going to fold this in half ish. All right, and then I'm going to lay this down, and I am going to take my, you're either going to take your glue or you're going to take some adhesive, and then I think I got to go this way, and you're just going to go along each side of that so that it's flush there. Now let's see if I can get this sort of it's kind of not really. I need it to be on here far enough that it won't come off of the edge. So now it looks like this, and then you're just going to take this and get it close to the edge, but make sure that it's not so far that it won't close. Oh, I wanted it farther down. Now, the good thing about this is it says it's repositionable, and it is. I wanted this farther down here because I want that to show. There we go. There we go. Now, it's done. That's all there is to it. You could round these corners if you want. And voila, you have a book. Pretty easy. I don't have another set to show you one more, but it's essentially just folding very simply. Now, I have a few little random things laying around here that we could maybe... We got a bird, we got some paper. Let's do this. I've got some of them. Actually, what about this? I don't know, but maybe if we put some... This one might look better on here, wouldn't it? Let's just set that up there and we'll see if we have some lace that we can use. Handy dandy lace. I've got this. I don't know, this might be too white. Let's just take a piece of it and see if I can do something with it. Oh, I got this too. Let's see. And what if... Let's move that over for a minute. I'm going to try to just add a little ink to it so it's not quite so white. There we go. And, oh, my tummy's growling. It's okay-ish. That got dry really fast, didn't it? Let's maybe take a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And again, just similarly to the last project that we did, we don't want too much bulk on it. So, you know, the inside we're probably not going to do like that. Okay, I feel like I need, let me see if there's something that can kind of ground this all. What's this? This is one of my digitals right here. That doesn't look too bad, but it's still, I feel like it needs something behind it. Let's see. I don't know that I have. What do I have? These are all little things. These are not my finals. These are just here, right here. This might work. Let's see if we cut out this. Oh, I think that's middle one. I'm going to cut this all the way up because I might want to use this top one too. Let's see what happens if we use this to kind of ground it. Just for a little oomph. Let's do a tiny little corner round. And I'm kind of wanting another little stamp or something. Do I have some of those handy? All right, let's just... There we go. All right, let's tack this down. If you guys have been watching for a while, you know I usually just put things right on the page, right? I don't. So once I have it in its position, I don't like to pick it all up, put it all back down. So the way that I'm going to do this is, let's see. I think I kind of want it wonky. So we're going to put all of this down here. And then we're going to do all of that on there. And then we'll kind of reinforce it. Let's tack just a couple of these down. Now, I could, if I wanted, and I may, sew this. However, you know that when you lift this up, it's going to be, there'll be sewing marks on it, but that's not the worst thing. I just want to make sure this is down, so I'm going to add a couple more little tacks of glue. Just so it doesn't come up. There we go. Front cover is done on this one. And then maybe we'll... See, this one, I didn't bring this one down far enough like I did the other one. So I like that. That's cute. Okay, let's see. What could we do with this one? We have lots of... That's not horrible. Now let's pretend that... Oh, these are more... Well, this one definitely has more of the lavender in it. Let's do the corners. Make them smaller. Okay. Not that. Let's see, what else do I have here? I have this bird. I have this old... I wonder what this would look like under here. Just need something down here. Do I have... That bird just kind of seems like he's just hanging out over there all by his lonesome. Let's see. What if... I don't know if I'm going to like this or not, but we're sure going to give it a go. Oh my gosh, I just about cut my finger off. These are some that I did in miniature, and I wasn't really satisfied with them for a digital for the masses, so I just decided to use them for my own journals, and I'll keep working on this digital. I do like it though. Okay, that's not horrible, but now that needs something behind it. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see what this doily looks like. So it's a little bit cut off there. Let me see what I can do with this. In short order. How's everybody today? I hope you're doing something that you enjoy, or maybe you're just relaxing and doing not a thing. That would be even better. Now this got cut off, so I'm just going to kind of pretend. I really want to get the edges of this one pretty dark, because it needs to have something to make it pop. Come on. All right, I'm okay with this like this. However, it needs something else. So we're going to see if we can find a little something in here. Maybe too much. Let's get these down. And truthfully, with these, you don't really have to decorate anything on the inside. I mean, unless you really want to. Of course, if you wanted to do it as a mini journal, oh, for the love of Pete, there's 2 pages in here. No wonder. That makes sense. Okay. To make sure I don't think I got this. Come on. And we're going to put this. Yes. Just on that edge. And the birdie can go on here. And then we got to decide what we want to do with that corner. Okay, little birdie. Cute. Now this one can go this far over, but it needs something right there. Let's see what we got in our bag of tricks here, because I have some really tiny things because of should we try? This one might be too big, but let's just try it and see. We have many other options if this doesn't work. I usually try not to fussy cut on camera, but sorry, friends. I try to go pretty quick, though. Problem is, I'll have to fussy cut something else if we don't like this one. I don't mind that. Maybe something like that, but I'm feeling that we need a little tiny stamp, or let's see, do I have any stamps or anything like that in? Oh, wait, yes I do. Look at these little guys. Do I have a green one? I know I have green ones. I don't know if I have them right here handy. Wait a minute. Here's a purple. Is this too? This might be just way too modern and too much, I'm guessing. But you know I'm going to give it a go here. No. It's too bright. Let's see what this looks like with 2 of them. We're going for it. I don't mind that at all. All right, I'm going to glue these 2 down. This is my second video today, And I have had some orders and some happy mail that's come in, and I really need to open them. I should go live and do it on camera, but I'm also going to be going to the camper with Dave this week. I really feel like I should be going to the lake and working, but, you know, we got to give ourselves some... That looks super cute. Now, we could make this like a tuck, so we could tuck something in it, too. Let's do that. Yeah, you got to give yourselves a break. I need to really think... I need to talk to the girls because I feel like my July is... It's going to be very busy. And I have a feeling that I need to maybe take off the month of... Well, I mean, take off the month of July for scheduled... Because I know Carol is traveling too. For scheduled lives and just kind of randomly do pop-ups. So I'm not sure. All right, well, we did 2 of those. I hope that you enjoyed them. And in less than 30 minutes, so not too bad. Let me know if you try these and give them a go. Again, you don't have to do all the fancy things that make them look like a book. You can just do them, you know, square them off. But super easy, super fun, and a really great way to use up scraps or your 12 by 12 papers. I hope you give it a go. Thanks for joining me once again. If you're so inclined, take a second and like, comment, and subscribe. I love hearing your comments and your ideas. So we will talk to you soon. Until then, remember to take time to just be. Cheers.